The story begins with a haunting image of Earth, 50,000 years after the alien invasion that almost wiped out humanity. The planet, once thriving with life, is now a vast, frozen wasteland. Thick sheets of ice cover the oceans, cities are buried beneath snow and frozen earth, and the landscape is unrecognizable. The once great civilizations of mankind are now only memories, hidden deep beneath the surface of the ice. The world is eerily silent, a place where only the howling wind and the creaking of frozen mountains break the stillness. The air is heavy with the weight of a planet that has been abandoned by time itself. For the past 5 millennia, Earth has been abandoned by any sign of life, save for the few scattered pockets of humanity that somehow managed to survive underground. The alien invaders, after their brutal conquest, had deemed the planet unworthy of further exploration. Humanity, as they believed, was gone. But now, 50,000 years later, the alien empire is restless. The unknown has always intrigued them, and Earth's strange silence has sparked their curiosity once again. A team of alien scouts, highly advanced in technology, has been dispatched to investigate the truth behind the human extinction. Their ship glides through space, cloaked by an advanced technology that renders them invisible to human radar, and they approach the cold, distant planet. These aliens have conquered countless worlds, each with its own unique challenges, but Earth was the one that had slipped from their grasp. This time, they intend to find out if humanity truly perished or if there's something more lurking in the shadows. The aliens enter Earth's atmosphere with precision, undetected by any remaining human systems. The thick layers of ice and snow below them are covered in an endless white, almost resembling a giant tomb. As their ship descends toward the frozen surface, the silence is unsettling. Their advanced sensors sweep the landscape, but all they find is more cold and more emptiness. They can't help but feel a sense of foreboding, something isn't right, but they can't pinpoint what it is. The vast, icy landscape seems too quiet, almost as if it's waiting for something. As the scouts land, the ground beneath their feet creaks with the weight of centuries of frozen history. The ship's engines roar, kicking up a storm of snow and ice, but still, no sign of life. The aliens exit their vessel, stepping onto the barren surface with a mix of arrogance and caution. These beings are used to conquering, to knowing everything about the worlds they invade. Yet, Earth has always remained an enigma, a ghost planet that refuses to give up its secrets. The leader of the alien team, Commander Zinther, surveys the landscape through his visor. His eyes scan the horizon as his troops fan out in search of any signs of life. Their cloaking devices are still active, allowing them to remain hidden, but Commander Zinther doesn't feel safe. The planet's desolation feels like a trap. But his orders are clear: investigate and report back. He feels no fear, only an unsettling sense of doubt that he quickly pushes aside. It's nothing, he mutters under his breath, trying to shake off the growing sense that something is watching them. But what? His team continues their scan, moving swiftly across the frozen wasteland. Their advanced sensors pick up faint traces of what seems to be human-made structures buried deep under layers of ice. The structures, though damaged, are still intact, perhaps remnants of the human civilization that once thrived here. The alien team cautiously approaches one of these ancient cities, now hidden beneath a glacier. As they dig through the thick ice, the strange sense of unease intensifies. What they uncover is unexpected: remnants of technology, advanced technology, that should not have existed when humanity fell. The aliens find weapons, devices, and machines that hint at a civilization far more resilient than they had been led to believe. The remnants speak of survival, of ingenuity, and a will to live. Commander Zinther's mind races. If humanity was truly wiped out, why were these things left behind? It doesn't make sense. Still, they push forward, determined to get answers. As the team ventures deeper into the ruins, the tension is palpable. They reach a vast underground chamber where the air is colder, the silence deeper. Here, they uncover what seems like an ancient human outpost. From the holographic projections, they see images of the final days of human civilization, flashes of bright cities, people evacuating to the underground bunkers, and then, nothing. No more data, just static and silence. But it's clear that the people who built this place didn't give up easily. They fought back, and they left a message: we survive. The discovery stuns the alien team. If the humans survived underground, then this means Earth wasn't abandoned as they thought. Could humanity still be alive? Commander Zinther orders his troops to split up and search the area, eager to learn the full extent of what had happened here. But as they search, something feels wrong. They find themselves in dark, labyrinthine tunnels beneath the ice, where every corner seems to hold a hidden threat. Suddenly, their cloaking devices fail, and they become visible to any humans in the area. They've triggered an alert system that had been dormant for millennia. Before they can react, they hear the unmistakable sound of footsteps, human footsteps, sharp and deliberate, approaching from the darkness. The first of the human resistance appears from the shadows, moving with the speed and precision of a predator. A small group of survivors, cloaked in heavy thermal suits, have been living in these ruins for generations, adapting to the ice and the cold. They've long since forgotten the world above. They've survived, and they've been waiting. Waiting for this very moment. The alien team stands frozen in shock, their superiority challenged by the unexpected appearance of these survivors. The humans, though outnumbered and equipped with far less advanced technology, are fierce in their defense. The tension is thick in the air as the two forces come face to face. For a moment, neither side moves. The humans, armed with nothing but crude but highly effective weapons, charge forward. The aliens, though highly trained, find themselves unprepared for the raw aggression and willpower of these survivors. In the chaos, one of the aliens falls, taken down by a human's unexpected attack. It's a moment of triumph for humanity, but the aliens are quick to retaliate, opening fire with their advanced weapons. The battle rages on, and the fate of these survivors is uncertain. As the battle continues, the aliens begin to realize something they hadn't accounted for: humanity's spirit, its unyielding determination to survive, no matter the odds. The commander's confidence begins to waver. Perhaps Earth wasn't the dead planet they thought it was. Perhaps there is still something worth fighting for. And then, in the middle of the battle, a chilling realization strikes: what if humanity isn't just surviving? What if they've evolved into something far more dangerous than the aliens ever imagined? The alien scouts, still reeling from their discovery of the hidden underground human colonies, begin to dig deeper into Earth's forgotten history. They are amazed, yet cautious, as they continue their search, uncovering remnants of once thriving human cities, now frozen in time. The alien ship's scanners pick up strange signals emanating from the depths of the ice, and what they find defies all their understanding. These are not just the ruins of a dead civilization, but the signs of human survival, of life enduring in the harshest conditions. The further they go, the more they realize that humanity's story didn't end with the destruction of their cities. Deep beneath the ice, human colonies have thrived, hidden away from the eyes of their alien invaders. The survivors have adapted to the frozen world they now inhabit, mastering technology that allows them to harness geothermal energy, and using this to power their underground bunkers and cities. The aliens can't believe their sensors. These underground bunkers, once thought to be the last refuge of the human race, are now buzzing with life. As they move closer to these hidden colonies, the scouts begin to understand that humanity hasn't just survived, it has flourished in ways the invaders never anticipated. Inside the bunkers, the survivors have made remarkable advances in technology. They have learned to use Earth's new frozen state to their advantage. The humans have developed advanced cryogenics, allowing them to preserve food, transport people, and even freeze their enemies in an instant. They have also discovered how to craft weapons from the very ice that surrounds them, turning nature's harshest elements into their deadliest tools. Weapons made of frozen water, capable of slicing through metal and armor like butter, are wielded by these resilient humans with deadly precision. As the alien team enters one of these bunkers, their mission has changed. No longer are they simply looking for survivors, they are searching for answers to a new, terrifying reality. The survivors they expected to find cowering in the ice are nowhere to be seen. Instead, the humans have adapted to their environment and are fighting back. The aliens are forced to confront the truth: humanity has not only endured, it has evolved. Among the alien scouts is an elite soldier, an imposing figure known as Zorath. He is the pride of the alien empire, a warrior who has seen countless civilizations rise and fall. He was among the first to step foot on Earth and believed that the planet, with its frozen wastelands and barren surface, was nothing more than a graveyard. But now, as he steps into the heart of the human colony, his arrogance begins to crumble. Zoratha's focus sharpens as he moves deeper into the bunker, his weapon drawn and ready. His senses are heightened, and every sound seems amplified. He notices the faint hum of machinery, the distant echoes of human voices. The bunker's inhabitants are everywhere, working in harmony, building new technology, and preparing for what may come. But as he moves further in, he senses something more, a presence watching him from the shadows. Before he can react, the attack comes. A human resistance fighter, dressed in the ragged remnants of a military uniform, appears from the darkness. His movements are quick and calculated, as though he's been trained for this moment his entire life. The fighter's eyes are wild with a combination of fear and fierce determination, a deadly blend of desperation that Zorath has never encountered in a species so far beneath the alien empire. With one fluid motion, the human lunges at Zorath, forcing him to react instantly. The two collide with a crash, a burst of energy in motion. Zoratha's enhanced strength and speed allow him to overpower most foes, but the human proves to be a formidable opponent. He's smaller, less powerful than Zorath, but his movements are quick, unpredictable, and filled with the raw power of survival. He fights with the intensity of someone who has nothing left to lose, someone who has seen the worst the universe has to offer and survived it. The fight is brutal. Zoratha's alien blades clash with the human's ice-crafted weapons, creating sparks as they meet. The human spins and slashes, narrowly missing Zoratha's armor. The alien elite soldier is stunned by the resistance he faces. This is not the weak, broken species he expected. The human strikes are precise, his use of the ice-based weapons is ingenious, and the fight moves in unpredictable ways. Zorath struggles to maintain control, realizing that his opponent isn't just another soldier, he's an embodiment of humanity's struggle for survival. The alien soldier's mind races. How is it possible? The human is not just fighting for his life, he's fighting for something bigger. It's as if the fight itself is a symbol of humanity's undying spirit. As the battle continues, Zorath finds himself retreating, struggling to maintain the upper hand. The human fighter, though not as technologically advanced, has mastered the art of survival in this icy world. He knows the environment inside out, using the terrain to his advantage. At one point, Zorath swings his blade, only for the human to duck and roll, pulling Zorath into a trap. The alien elite soldier barely manages to avoid falling into a deep crevice, his strength alone saving him from certain defeat. But the fight takes a sudden turn when the human fighter, desperate to end the battle, launches an explosive ice grenade directly at Zoratha's feet. The blast is deafening, and for a moment, the alien soldier is blinded. When the smoke clears, Zorath is shaken, but unharmed. The human, on the other hand, is breathing heavily, his weapon nearly shattered in his hands. He falls to his knees, exhausted and wounded, but still alive. The human's ingenuity and fierce will to survive are now clear. Zorath, though still confident in his strength, is beginning to understand that the humans are no longer the weak species he once believed them to be. They have not only adapted to Earth's frozen state, they have turned it into their advantage. They have crafted weapons from ice, used advanced cryogenics to preserve life, and survived in the harshest conditions imaginable. And now, they are fighting back with a passion that is unlike anything the alien invaders have ever faced. The rest of the alien team is equally stunned by what they've witnessed. They had expected to find nothing but broken remnants of humanity, easy prey to be wiped out once and for all. Instead, they find a species that has learned to fight, to endure, and to evolve in the most extreme conditions. They are no longer the underdogs they once thought them to be. Humanity has become something far more dangerous. As the alien team regroups, their perception of humanity shifts. They now understand that this fight is no longer about exterminating a weakened species, it's about facing a force that is determined to live, no matter the cost. The alien scouts are faced with an uncomfortable truth: they may not be the ones in control anymore. And in the midst of the cold, the humans are just beginning their fight for survival. As the alien scouts begin to realize that humanity is far from extinct, the tension in the icy air thickens. The once proud invaders, who had entered Earth's atmosphere with cloaking devices to survey and annihilate any remaining resistance, now find themselves on unfamiliar ground. They may be technologically superior, but humanity has evolved in ways they never anticipated. What started as a simple reconnaissance mission to confirm the extinction of humans quickly turns into a deadly game of survival. The human resistance, having endured the harshest conditions of Earth's new frozen landscape, have prepared themselves for this exact moment. They know that the aliens are coming, and they have spent decades crafting countermeasures, studying their enemies' technology, and learning from every battle that has come before. Among the many inventions they've created to survive in a world that no longer resembles the Earth they once knew, one stands out: a device capable of detecting the cloaked aliens. The cloaking devices that made the aliens nearly invisible to human radar and surveillance are rendered ineffective by this brilliant piece of technology. As the first alien ambush attempts to catch the humans off guard, it's quickly foiled by the resistance fighters, who can now track the invaders with pinpoint accuracy. The camera zooms in on the human soldiers as they activate their cloaking detection devices. The anticipation builds, and the viewer is on the edge of their seat, wondering how the aliens will adapt to this new threat. Suddenly, the silence is broken by the unmistakable hum of alien energy weapons, followed by the loud crack of ice shattering underfoot as the first skirmish erupts. The aliens, realizing that they can no longer rely solely on stealth, begin to fight back with all their might. Their soldiers, elite warriors trained to conquer planets, begin to charge, their weapons glowing with power, intent on overwhelming the humans once and for all. The humans respond just as fiercely. The camera focuses on their faces, grim, determined, but also filled with hope, as if they know that their very survival depends on the outcome of this battle. We see human fighters in the heat of combat, wielding weapons that are a far cry from the technology of the past. Instead of guns, they use advanced energy rifles that emit blasts of freezing cold, capable of turning alien machines into frozen statues in mere seconds. The weapons, crafted from the ice that now blankets Earth, are both beautiful and deadly, a testament to the resilience of humanity. The air crackles with energy as the humans fire their freezing energy rifles, hitting their alien targets with precision. The aliens, not used to such fierce resistance, begin to fall. Their cloaking devices flicker out, their attempts to blend into the icy surroundings useless against the humans' newfound capabilities. A sense of disbelief washes over the alien soldiers, as they realize that not only are they no longer the predators, but they are also in the fight of their lives. But it is not just the energy rifles that the humans use to fight back, it is also the environment itself. The camera follows the action closely, weaving through narrow ice tunnels, across frozen lakes, and into crumbling bunkers. The humans have mastered the art of guerrilla warfare in this new frozen world, and every inch of the terrain is a weapon in their arsenal. The humans use ice bombs, compact, deadly devices that explode with shattering force, creating traps for their enemies. The blast radius sends shockwaves through the air, as the ice fragments pierce through the alien armor, leaving them vulnerable. A close-up of a particularly intense moment shows a human resistance fighter throwing an ice bomb toward a group of aliens trying to flank their position. The alien soldiers scramble, but it's too late. The bomb explodes, and the shockwave sends them flying, their cloaking devices useless in the face of this brutal human counterattack. The explosion, followed by the chilling silence, emphasizes the deadly and unforgiving nature of this new war. The viewer can feel the intensity of the moment, understanding that humanity's survival depends not just on technology, but on their will to fight back and never give up. As the battle rages on, it becomes clear that the aliens are starting to lose ground. The camera shifts to show the alien soldiers, now retreating, some of them injured or frozen in the aftermath of the human attacks. The high-tech equipment that had once given them such an advantage now seems like a liability. The aliens had expected to face helpless, broken survivors. What they had not counted on was the unyielding spirit of humanity, the fierce desire to protect what little they have left. The leader of the alien scouts, Zorath, watches from a distance, his mind racing. His soldiers, the best his empire has to offer, are being defeated by these primitive humans who have learned to turn their environment into a weapon. He can't comprehend it. How are they managing to fight back so effectively? They are outnumbered, under-equipped, and living in the harshest conditions imaginable. And yet, they are pushing back with everything they have. Zorath, though a seasoned soldier, is beginning to lose his composure. He orders his remaining troops to regroup and adjust their tactics. But the reality is that the humans are relentless, and each victory they score only strengthens their resolve. The camera focuses on a group of human soldiers, moving quickly and efficiently, their faces filled with determination as they press forward into the heart of the alien forces. They are a team, united by a common cause, and their unity becomes a weapon in itself. The battle slows for a moment, as both sides assess the situation. The humans, though victorious in several skirmishes, know that this is far from over. The aliens are regrouping, and there will be more battles to come. The tension between the two sides grows thicker as both prepare for the next phase of the war. But there's something that the aliens have not yet realized: humanity is not fighting just for survival. They are fighting for the future of their world, for their families, and for the hope that they can one day reclaim the Earth they once lost. The camera pulls back to show the vast expanse of the frozen landscape, the towering icebergs, and the scattered remnants of the alien forces. In the distance, the viewer can see the human fighters regrouping, their weapons ready, their morale high. They have fought fiercely and lost many of their own, but they are not finished yet. The fire in their eyes tells the story of a people who have nothing left to lose, who will stop at nothing to take back their world. The suspense builds as the viewer is left wondering, how will humanity fare against these technologically superior invaders? Can the humans continue to outsmart their foes? The aliens are on the brink of realizing that this is not just a battle for survival, it is a fight for the soul of Earth itself. The battle has escalated, and the tension in the air is palpable. The alien leader, Zorath, a being of immense power and experience, realizes that his mission on Earth is not going as smoothly as he had envisioned. His forces, which had once seemed invincible, are being pushed back by an unexpected adversary, humanity itself. The humans, who were supposed to be weak, are proving to be more resilient and resourceful than Zorath could have ever imagined. They are not only surviving but actively fighting to reclaim their world. Zorath stands on the battlefield, watching the retreating forms of his soldiers. His mind races. The strategy they had devised, the shock and awe of their superior technology, has failed. The humans are adapting too quickly. His troops, although elite, are being outwitted and outmaneuvered at every turn. There is a growing sense of urgency, and Zorath knows that if he does not act soon, his entire mission will be in jeopardy. In a rare moment of reflection, Zorath decides to take matters into his own hands. He orders his remaining forces to retreat and follow him deeper into human territory. There, he hopes to find the heart of the human resistance, the source of their strength, and crush it once and for all. As he moves deeper into the frozen landscape, the cold air biting at his skin, Zorath feels a strange sense of unease. The landscape around him is desolate, and yet there is something unnerving about it, as if the very earth itself is watching, waiting. After traveling for hours, Zorith and his team find themselves at the entrance of an old, hidden human outpost. The air is thick with silence, the only sound the crunch of snow beneath their feet. As they enter the compound, they are met with the sight of an elderly human sitting alone by a fire. His hair is white, his face etched with the deep lines of age and hardship. His name is Bonner, and he is one of the last survivors of the human resistance. Zorith approaches Bonner with caution, his eyes scanning the area for any signs of danger. The old man looks up, his eyes sharp despite his age. There is no fear in his gaze, only a quiet defiance that seems to unsettle the alien leader. Zorith demands to know where the rest of the human resistance is, expecting Bonner to cower in fear or attempt to flee. But instead, Bonner simply stares at him, a sad smile playing at the corners of his lips. "I'm the last one left," Bonner says, his voice rasping from years of harsh conditions. "All those who came before me, all those who fought, they're gone." Zorith frowns, confused. "Where are the others? You can't be the last one. The humans are far too numerous to have all been wiped out." Bonner chuckles softly, a bitter sound. "You've seen our people fight. We don't go down easily. But we've lost much. Too much." He looks down at his hands, his gaze distant, as though he's seeing something that is no longer there. "The last war, it was meant to end us. The cold, the aliens, the endless battles, they took everything from us. Our cities, our families, our hopes." Zorith is silent, watching the old man with growing curiosity. Bonner continues, his voice tinged with sadness but also with an undeniable strength that draws the alien leader in. "My son," Bonner murmurs, "he was one of the first to fall. A young man, just like so many others. He joined the resistance, believing he could make a difference. He died on the front lines, just like the others. They all died, for a world that was already lost." Zorith, for the first time, feels a flicker of emotion. His mission, which had always been about conquest and domination, now begins to feel different. The old man's words, heavy with grief and determination, stir something inside him. He does not understand it, but he feels the weight of it nonetheless. The alien leader, who has conquered countless worlds, now finds himself facing something he cannot conquer, the human spirit. "You still fight," Zorith says, unable to hide the surprise in his voice. "After everything you've lost, you still resist. Why?" Bonner meets his gaze without hesitation. "Because we have nothing else. This world may be dead to some, but to us, it's all we have left. And we will fight for it. We will fight to the last breath if it means the survival of those who come after us. The fight is not just about living, it's about remembering who we are and what we once stood for." The words hang in the air, and for a brief moment, the alien leader finds himself at a loss for words. He, who has seen countless species fall before him, cannot fathom the depths of human resolve. Zoritha's mind races as he tries to understand. He has encountered countless civilizations, all of which eventually succumbed to the might of his empire. But this is different. Humanity has endured unimaginable hardship, and yet, they still fight. They fight not for themselves, but for the future. Bonner continues, his voice softer now, but still filled with an unwavering conviction. "It's not just about survival, Zorith. It's about hope. We never lost that, even when it seemed impossible. We may be scattered, but we are not gone. And you will never fully understand what it means to have hope. Because you've never had to fight for something that truly matters." Zoritha's eyes narrow as he listens to Bonner's words. The old man's defiance is something Zorith has never encountered before. He has faced countless warriors, but none have fought like this. None have fought for something more than just their own survival. The alien leader's thoughts swirl in confusion and disbelief, and for a fleeting moment, he wonders if his empire's might will be enough to crush humanity's spirit. Bonner stands slowly, his old bones creaking with the effort. You can take our cities, Zoreth. You can destroy our machines. You can freeze our bodies, and you can break our bones. But you will never break our will. As long as we draw breath, we will fight. And we will remember. The elderly man looks past Zoreth, out into the frozen landscape, his eyes focused on something only he can see. You have underestimated us, Bonner adds, his voice quiet but firm. And that will be your downfall. Zoreth feels an unfamiliar sensation, something that he cannot quite place. It is not fear, but it is close. He has heard the stories of humanity's strength, of their ability to rise from the ashes, but now, standing before Bonner, he is forced to confront the truth of those stories. Humanity's will to survive is not something that can be crushed by force or technology. It is something that runs deeper, something that even the mightiest of invaders cannot extinguish. Zoreth turns to leave, his mind racing with thoughts of what he has learned. For the first time, he feels doubt. But doubt is a dangerous thing for an alien leader whose mission is to conquer. He knows that the battle is far from over, but Bonner's words will haunt him. The human resistance may be small, but it is not weak. And that, more than anything, is something Zoreth cannot ignore. As Zoreth disappears into the icy landscape, Bonner watches him go, his expression unreadable. He knows that this is just the beginning of the final chapter in humanity's struggle. The fight for survival is far from over, but the seeds of resistance have been planted, and no matter what happens, humanity will never surrender. The sun had barely risen over the frozen wasteland of Earth when the aliens began their assault. The air was thick with tension as the invaders, confident in their superior firepower, launched an orbital bombardment on one of the last remaining human settlements. Thousands of tons of high-tech weapons descended from the sky, each missile carrying the promise of total annihilation. The humans, however, had a plan. They had prepared for this moment, and as the first wave of destruction rained down upon them, something remarkable happened. The sky lit up with bright flashes of light, but not from the alien weapons. No, the humans had developed a technology that defied the aliens' expectations: shields. These weren't just any shields. They were powered by Earth's newly harnessed geothermal energy and were capable of absorbing and redirecting the energy from the aliens' advanced bombardment. As the first few blasts impacted, the shield shimmered, absorbing the energy before it could reach the ground. The aliens, watching from their ships in orbit, were stunned. But that wasn't all. The humans had also created anti-air technology capable of targeting the alien ships from below. As the alien ships hovered above the shielded settlement, human-made weapons launched from hidden positions. Missiles streaked through the sky, hitting the alien vessels and forcing them to retreat. It was a direct strike that caught the invaders off guard, and for the first time since the invasion began, they were forced to retreat. The humans, emboldened by their victory, quickly capitalized on this unexpected turn of events. While the alien fleet regrouped in the sky, a small human strike team began its most dangerous mission yet. The team, made up of the best fighters and technicians left, infiltrated the heart of the alien forces. Armed with cloaking devices of their own and weapons designed from the very ice that covered their planet, they snuck into the alien base. These were not just any weapons, they were built to freeze and disable the alien machines. The humans had learned how to use Earth's frozen state as a weapon, turning the very environment that had once been their downfall into their greatest asset. The strike team moved silently through the alien base, avoiding patrols and carefully planting their devices on critical alien machinery. Each step was filled with danger, every hallway a potential death trap. The alien technology, sleek and advanced, was all around them, blinking lights and humming engines that seemed to mock the human struggle. Yet, there was a quiet determination among the human soldiers. They had been pushed to the brink of extinction, but they were not done yet. This was their home, their last stand, and they would do whatever it took to protect it. The tension built as the strike team made their way deeper into the alien stronghold. Their cloaking devices worked flawlessly, rendering them invisible to the enemy's sensors. But the aliens were not stupid. They had been fighting humanity for long enough to know that the humans would adapt and fight back. They just hadn't expected this. The humans were learning fast, using their environment and ingenuity to outsmart their enemies. The strike team reached their objective, an alien ship that held the key to their survival. The ship was heavily guarded, but the humans were ready. With a coordinated attack, they disabled the guards and breached the ship. Inside, the battle intensified. Alien soldiers, clad in high-tech armor, fought back with precision and deadly force. But the humans, with their knowledge of the terrain and their new weapons, were not to be underestimated. The humans fought with an intensity that made the very walls of the alien ship shake. Each movement was calculated, each strike decisive. The sound of weapons clashing and the hum of energy rifles filled the air as the humans pushed forward. They had come too far to turn back now. The alien soldiers, though formidable, began to fall one by one. The humans, for the first time, began to sense a shift in the balance of power. In the control room of the alien ship, the human team leader, a seasoned fighter named Captain Mara, stood over the alien controls. With a swift motion, she activated the ship's systems and began to reroute the power. The ship, once a symbol of the alien empire's dominance, was now in human hands. The tides had turned. As Mara and her team secured the ship, the rest of the human forces below launched a full-scale attack on the remaining alien fleet. They had the advantage now, and they knew that this was their only chance to end the war. The shields that had protected the settlement earlier now covered the human forces, allowing them to advance on the alien ships without fear of bombardment. The humans' anti-air technology had already weakened the fleet, and now, with the newly captured alien ship, they had a powerful weapon to use against their enemies. The human forces advanced, their morale higher than it had been in years. They had seen their world burn, their families die, and their cities fall. But now, they were fighting back with everything they had. The aliens, once so sure of their victory, were now scrambling to maintain control of their own forces. The final battle was upon them. The humans had one shot and they knew it. The alien fleet, although weakened, was still a formidable force. They had to make every shot count, every maneuver perfect. As the humans approached the heart of the alien armada, the suspense reached its peak. Would they succeed in wiping out the invaders once and for all, or would the alien forces rally and crush them in one final, devastating blow? The human strike team, now in control of the alien ship, launched their attack. Their new weapons, built from the technology they had stolen from the invaders, began to unleash havoc on the alien fleet. Energy blasts, once fired at them, now turned against the enemy, freezing the alien ships in place, disabling their engines and rendering them helpless. The human forces moved in quickly, using their newly acquired alien technology to cripple the rest of the fleet. The aliens, realizing they were losing, began to retreat. Their once proud fleet, which had been poised to wipe out humanity, was now in chaos. The human forces, in a final push, took control of the situation, ensuring that no alien ship would escape. With each passing minute, the balance of power shifted further in humanity's favor. In the final moments, the human forces launched a decisive strike, targeting the alien mothership. The aliens, in their desperation, tried to regroup and defend their last remaining stronghold, but it was too late. The human forces had won. As the alien mothership exploded in a burst of fire and energy, the remaining alien fleet scattered, leaving Earth's atmosphere. Humanity had done the impossible. Against all odds, they had turned the tide of the war. The final confrontation had come to an end, and humanity had emerged victorious. The invaders, once confident in their superiority, were now scattered and broken. Earth, though scarred and battered, was still in human hands. The fight had been long and brutal, but humanity had proven that they would never give up, no matter the cost. The camera lingers on the faces of the surviving human fighters as they stand victorious, breathing heavily from the battle. The sound of their heavy footsteps echoes through the wreckage of the alien ships. They had won, but they knew the cost. Many of their brothers and sisters had fallen, their sacrifices now etched into the fabric of Earth's history. But as they look to the horizon, they know one thing for certain: Earth is still theirs. And no force in the galaxy will ever take it from them. The camera pulls back, showing the Earth, battered and scarred, but alive. Humanity has won, and the alien invaders have been driven away. The war is over. But the story is far from finished. Humanity has survived, but the future remains uncertain. What comes next? Only time will tell. The silence before the storm was deafening. The cold expanse of space stretched out before humanity's last stand. Their mission was clear: destroy the alien mothership, and with it, any chance the invaders had of conquering Earth. The plan was simple in theory but daunting in execution: infiltrate the heart of the mothership, destroy its command center, and activate the final countermeasure that would disable the alien fleet once and for all. The human forces, exhausted but resolute, gathered in the shadow of their final push. Every soldier knew this battle could be their last, and every one of them carried the weight of their fallen comrades on their shoulders. These were the soldiers who had seen their homes destroyed, their families taken, and their world nearly lost. Now, they stood on the precipice of victory, prepared to sacrifice everything to ensure humanity's survival. As the human fleet approached the alien mothership, the enormity of the task became apparent. The mothership was unlike anything they had ever seen, an imposing fortress of metal, swirling with dark energy in strange alien technology. The entire ship hummed with an eerie power, and the very atmosphere around it seemed charged with malevolent intent. The aliens had built it to be indestructible, a weapon of war designed to wipe out entire planets. But the humans had something that the aliens never anticipated: determination. With their cloaking devices and advanced ice-based weapons, they made their final charge toward the mothership's docking bays. The human forces were joined by Captain Mara's elite strike team, now carrying the alien ship they had captured. It was a symbol of their ingenuity and a weapon they intended to use against their oppressors. The moment the human ships entered the mothership's perimeter, the alien defenses activated. Thousands of alien drones swarmed around the human ships, lasers flashing from every direction. The alien fleet, massive and heavily armed, had positioned itself around the mothership, and the battle for Earth was now a full-scale war in space. The humans launched their assault, trading heavy blows with the alien forces. Energy blasts and missile fire lit up the vastness of space, as both sides engaged in a deadly game of cat and mouse. The human ships, though smaller and less technologically advanced than their alien counterparts, fought with a ferocity born of desperation. They darted and weaved through the barrage of alien fire, their shields holding just long enough to deliver a devastating return fire. The humans had developed new tactics during the war, using their knowledge of alien weaknesses to exploit vulnerabilities in the alien ship systems. The alien forces, shocked by the humans' unexpected resistance, scrambled to counter the attack. Their ships, once so powerful and invincible, began to falter under the relentless assault. The humans were relentless, moving as one, coordinating their attacks with precision and bravery. The aliens, overconfident in their superiority, had underestimated their adversaries. In the midst of the space battle, Bonner's team, the same group that had been key in infiltrating the alien base, was on a mission of its own. Their task was the most dangerous of all: enter the mothership and deactivate the alien weapon that could end humanity once and for all. The weapon, a massive energy cannon mounted in the heart of the ship, had the power to wipe out entire continents with a single shot. If the humans didn't act fast, the aliens would unleash this weapon and wipe them out. Bonner, the elderly survivor who had witnessed humanity's greatest losses, led the team as they made their way through the corridors of the mothership. The ship's interior was a labyrinth of dark metal and strange alien designs, its halls lit by flickering lights that gave everything an eerie, otherworldly glow. Bonner's voice was steady as he directed his team, his resolve unshaken by the gravity of the task at hand. "Keep moving," he urged them. We don't have much time. The team moved quickly, avoiding alien patrols and navigating the ship's complex security systems. They were close now. The weapon was just ahead, and with it, the fate of humanity. But as they entered the final chamber, they encountered the greatest challenge yet. The alien commander, a towering figure of armor and energy, stood guarding the weapon. With a terrifying growl, the alien charged, its weapon crackling with deadly energy. The ensuing battle was fierce. Bonner's team fought with all their might, using every bit of their skill and ingenuity to counter the alien's strength and advanced technology. Bonner himself, though aged and weary, fought with the desperation of a man who had lost everything. The alien was powerful, but it underestimated the human spirit. Bonner's team worked together seamlessly, using their knowledge of the alien technology to disable the creature's weapons. Just as the alien commander was about to strike the final blow, Bonner activated the EMP pulse they had been carrying. The pulse surged through the room, causing the alien's weapons to short-circuit and his armor to lock up. The alien staggered, surprised by the unexpected turn of events. Bonner's team wasted no time. They activated the gravity manipulation device, and the alien's towering form was crushed under the immense gravitational pressure. With the alien commander defeated, the team turned their attention to the weapon. Bonner's hands shook as he worked to disarm the massive energy cannon. This was it, the moment they had been fighting for. If they failed, humanity would be wiped out in an instant. But Bonner knew that failure wasn't an option. He had seen too much death, too much suffering, to let this chance slip away. With a final push, Bonner activated the countermeasure, an EMP pulse combined with the gravity manipulation device. The pulse surged through the mothership systems, and suddenly, everything went quiet. The energy cannon sputtered and died, its power drained. The alien fleet, previously coordinated and ruthless, suddenly faltered. Their ships lost power, their weapons ceased firing, and chaos erupted within their ranks. The humans, seeing their chance, launched a full-scale assault on the alien fleet. The ships that had once been their doom were now vulnerable, and the humans took full advantage. With the EMP pulse weakening the aliens' technology, the remaining human forces launched their final strike, dismantling the alien fleet piece by piece. The alien forces, now crippled and disoriented, began to retreat. The once mighty mothership, the heart of the alien invasion, was now a broken shell of its former self. The humans, with the tide of battle turned in their favor, pushed forward, determined to end the war once and for all. The last of the alien ships fled the scene, and Earth's atmosphere finally cleared. The battle was won. Humanity had done the impossible. Against overwhelming odds, they had fought back, and they had emerged victorious. As the dust settled and the final remnants of the alien invasion fled, Bonner stood on the steps of what was once an alien stronghold, looking out over the war-torn landscape. The victory was bittersweet. Thousands of lives had been lost, and the scars of the invasion would never fade. But humanity had proven something that day: they were unbreakable. They had faced down an unbeatable enemy and had won. The final shot of the story zoomed out, showing Earth, broken, scarred, but still alive. Humanity's future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: no force in the galaxy would ever again threaten Earth. Humanity had shown its strength, and the universe had been put on notice. The aliens, once so sure of their superiority, had been defeated by a species they thought was weak and vulnerable. The story of humanity's victory would echo through the stars, a testament to the resilience, courage, and unyielding spirit of the human race. And as Bonner watched the stars, he knew one thing for certain: this was just the beginning. The universe was vast, and humanity was ready for whatever came next.